Rob, look, before you lecture me, I just want to say...
Stop right there, Wes. I mean, how do you think I felt? I'm looking at the news. You're all over the place. My accountability buddy getting popped for Molly.
I know. I just...
And it was cut with amphetamine? I mean, come on, Wes. I expected more from you.
No, I let myself down, and I let you down. Been a bad accountability buddy.
You're damn right about that, and you didn't even offer me any, and you know mollyphenamine poppers are totally my favesies.
I wasn't thinking.
I mean, how can I trust you? Remember when you said you played for the Argonauts? I mean, remember you told me that at the Kentucky Derby? Remember?
I'm so sorry, Rob.
Oh, bad right now. I just need to chill. Relax, Rob, relax. Look at one of your Canadian soap operas. Oh, hey, there it is, the box score. Start right now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. They, of course, are the Danettes out in Milford, Connecticut. I'll be at the bar as I make a transition from Sunday to Monday. It makes it a little bit smoother. On a more serious topic, Ray Rice was talked about today, and Jay Glazer came on the show about a month ago and said that the NFL had not seen that videotape inside of the elevator. Seton, why did Jay's comments not get more play on other media outlets back then?
Well, I think that there were a bunch of just as equally important NFL reporters saying that the NFL had seen the tape, and then there was a question mark. Well, they haven't really said if they did or not, and I think most people just kind of assumed that the NFL had. I mean, I think when you listen back to the Jay Glazer soundbite, Dan is like, "Whoa, wait a minute, you haven't seen the? Then nobody's seen the tape yet?" So there was a lot of conflicting reports at the time.
Paulie, do you have a Box Score exclusive for us? Have you heard from Tony Dungy and the Football Night in America crew about their meeting with NFL officials?
Well, Dan told us during the show that they had a meeting scheduled, the Football Night in America on-air and production team, with Roger Goodell and some different people at the NFL today. And first he said he thought it was 10 o'clock, then he thought it was 12 o'clock. But then Dan's in a situation where he works for Football Night in America, and he doesn't want to give off all the information that he's hearing because got to make sure it's right and got to make sure he's not getting anyone he works with in trouble. So he actually kept it from me a little bit, and or decided, hey, this is not ready to go on air yet, because he doesn't want to also say like, hey, Roger Goodell no-showed for a meeting, then find out, well, he was never scheduled to be at this part of the meeting. I don't think he wanted to jump the gun on anything until he had it dead center. Better safe than sorry. The boss came out on fire this morning, offering a response to what people were saying after seeing this controversial video.
You can't say it now that Ray Rice should ever play again or the commissioner should step down. It should have happened before we even saw the video. Do you realize how many domestic violent cases we don't see the video? You got ones that are active right now. We never see the video. Is anybody saying that guy should never play again? You saw the video. It's easy for you. Commissioner should step down because nothing happened before. You can't pick and choose with this. And that's what you're doing because you got to see the video.
Man, it was such a tough day, I think, for all of us to sort of sort through this, because Dan was referring to Panthers defensive end Greg Hardy, who had a gun charge mixed in with a domestic abuse charge. And the video just changes everything just as a person. Like, I'm not sure, like, yeah, is there a point where you separate yourself as a journalist and a person? And not that we're journalists, but as a member of the media where you have to comment on something, but just as a person where you're reviled by seeing the video. It's tough to do today.
And it's so easy, like, you know, to dismiss something or say something was misquoted, or, you know, it's a he said, she said kind of thing if you're just looking at something in print. But there's no mistaking what happened in the elevator, and it just takes it to a whole new level. You can't hide or, you know, sweep anything under the rug when everyone's seeing the same exact thing, and it's so obvious as to what took place there.
I try to, like, defer my reaction and more so pose topics of others' reaction, because what my reaction doesn't matter in this personally. I assume I'm offended by it and bothered by it, so let's assume that. But I want to know, where do you go next? What does the NFL do? What does the NFL know? Those are the questions that are really important. Our reaction is necessary, but it's more so just to give Dan a guide of what the average guy thinks.
I just don't know if I was surprised maybe that it was there was as big of a reaction to it as there was, because I mean, I kind of felt like I knew what was in there. I mean, we all had the description, we all knew what to expect to a degree from it. And I don't really know that anybody before watching the video thought, well, you know, Ray Rice should only get 2 games, and then like, whoa, wait a minute, after watching that, he should be suspended for the year. I think that there are probably people that either want him out of the game or don't.
I agree with Steve. I was not that surprised at what I saw in the video, because I would assume if he knocked her out that he hit her, and he did. I was more surprised that we actually got to see it. I thought that's just one of those things we'd never get to see, and had been destroyed by either a lawyer or a security guard or someone who got paid to destroy it. Instead, someone got paid to give it up.
TMZ broke it. Shocking video. Another story that was talked about was Hawks owner Bruce Levinson's racially charged email. Fritzy, how quickly do you reach out to Adrian Wojnarowski after hearing this story?
We were kicking it around a little bit, not as quickly as you would think, because with everything else that was going on, you know, we had to kind of prioritize. You know, we're obviously NFL heavy, then this Ray Rice video. So, you know, where do we go from there with that? Where does that fit in with what we want to cover? But as we were kicking around ideas this morning and the different things that we wanted to get into, we felt that was a strong enough topic to not only talk about it a little bit, but to reach out to someone that's been covering it and had some strong opinions about it. So we tracked down Adrian Wojnarowski of Yahoo in Spain, and he was kind enough on short notice to pop on in addition to the NFL and all the other stuff that we wanted to make sure we covered for Monday.
Brock, I'm fascinated by when stories break and how people get kind of a hall pass from public criticism. If this story broke with the Atlanta Hawks guy on July 15th, that would have been the lead story on most sports radio shows. It breaks at the Monday of an NFL season that you would also throw in a Ray Rice video being released at 1 a.m. He got a public hall pass as far as being in the crosshairs. This is a story that I bet most people don't hear casually the whole week.
Indeed. Adam Silver has been handing out some stern punishments, and Wojnarowski addressed some of the concerns other owners are having.
They are in support of Silver. There's no question. But privately, there's still a lot of people saying to an ownership figure, saying to Adam Silver, hey, what else is this going to cover? What else could we be vulnerable to as owners, that someone could come in and take our teams away? And so they were worried that it would set a precedent, again, not just on issues of race, but on anything else in their lives, or that could be deemed beyond embarrassing to the point of, you know, we can't have you as an owner anymore.
You know, it almost feels like, in a weird way, the tables have been turned, because players, I think, face this sort of scrutiny all the time, things that you say and things that you do. But the owners are such a small percentage of people, and I think relatively insulated, that to have all of the sudden this stuff being exposed and have them really nervous about, oh, dang, I don't know what emails I sent to who I sent over the last 20 years that I've owned this team, or whatever it's been, it's sort of an interesting thing to watch. And there are people that have so much control over everything because of the wealth that they have. I'm really curious to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, I agree. Months ago, a year ago, if you'd have said an owner's going to lose his team for behavior, it hasn't happened since Marge Schott, and that took forever. She was suspended, and then she lost her team.
Now we're looking at two in the span of a year.
2 NBA owners have lost their teams in the past 30 days. That's fascinating. It used to be like the owners, you'd always say, like, well, he's the owner. What are you going to do? Well, those days seem to be over. I'm curious to see when it goes to the NFL, because that would be something. If an NFL owner lost his team due to behavior, I won't say it would. If you asked me a year ago, I said that will never happen. Now I wouldn't say that.
It's got to be a very uneasy feeling, to say the least, that everything you built up and all the money you amassed, and now you have this position of wealth and you're owning a team, to have to, as Seton was saying, start trying to retrace in your mind a text or an email or a comment you may have said offhanded to someone, and how that may come back at some point, even if it was several months or even years ago, that can come back and bite you. And you can literally, it's proven now that you can just lose it all because of one thing that you may have said or done that was either taken the wrong way, or rightfully so, something that was very inappropriate that you're now going to have to pay for.
I think Shane Irving has his fingers crossed that Jerry steps in something maybe sometime soon. Okay, coming up, McLovin was dead set on what story was going to lead off the show today, or at least he thought he was. Welcome back to the box score. The USC-Stanford game on Saturday was a classic, in case you missed it. So much so that McLovin tweeted out this gem during the game. As of right now, we're leading with USC Stanford on Monday. What a game so far. Calling your shot just a little early there, aren't you, McLovin?
Brock, I know you're not super literate, but as of right now, means Saturday at 4 o'clock, meaning that I knew there was another game coming Saturday night. I knew there was another game, bunch of games coming Sunday. So you and all the other idiots on Twitter were like, oh, McLovin, do you know the NFL is tomorrow? I'm like, oh, there's an NFL game tomorrow. Like, honestly, what an innocuous tweet. Why does that solicit a total like avalanche?
That's
of
the one that gets
Twitter.
the reaction.
Like, you should have seen McLovin, you're an idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about. First of all, it's a poorly played game. That is true. It was a poorly played, but that doesn't mean it wasn't exciting.
I completely agree with McLovin. I think that was and should have been, except for Ray Rice, the lead story today. I found that to be the most interesting thing of the weekend, including the NFL. Now, the problem is we didn't do a show on Sunday morning. If we did, believe me, our lead would have been Steve Sarkeesian, Pat Hayden, and USC. That being said, I found that to be the best story of today's show as well, except for Ray Rice.
Before 1 a.m. last night, that definitely was the lead.
Well, yeah, but you know what, though? Honestly, I think, to me, Tony Romo was the lead because it was the feature game and went to
him
the
having a bad
country.
game and throwing a couple picks is not really that crazy.
That's called Wednesday in the NFL.
Yeah, that's.
But it wasn't just any bad game.
Tony
Like,
Romo sucked.
I don't know why. I still I always err towards NFL.
Why was I so like into Clowney? Like, I thought the Clowney getting hurt was like, oh man, this is crazy. And I don't really know where. I mean, I have a couple of ideas where to go with that, but I was like, that was the one thing that I was really into.
Oh, but weren't you surprised? A meniscus tear is really back in 4 weeks. That means like after the bye, he'll miss like 4 games. Yeah, if he could be off for the season, I think that might have been better.
Well, you were correct. It was an important story, and you guys did have Steve Sarkeesian on, and he broke down while Pat Hayden came down on the field.
I was flagged for a delayed game penalty for standing in the white, which is a penalty. I was incorrect. At the time, I vehemently disagreed with the call, but by the letter of the law, I was wrong. And then got into a verbal discussion with the officials, and I felt like at that time I needed to get back to the game. I needed to get back to our team and focus on the game. So I made it a point to try to have Pat come down to kind of calm and get cooler heads. By the time Pat got there, it was already resolved. I regret calling Pat down. It wasn't his decision to come down. He's not in the best of health right now, and it's my job to manage the game, so I have to do a better job in the future.
I bet Steve Sarkeesian's thinking there, I'm 2 games into my USC career. I just beat Stanford on the road, and I'm talking about this. I mean, I'm off to a great start considering what I was handed. And, yeah, he made the situation happen, and he has some responsibility, but he's probably like, I can't believe I'm talking about this. I just beat Stanford on the road. I'm in a top 5 team.
But he got this like one rule wrong or whatever, made the wrong call, called up to his AD, and all of a sudden he sounded like Bill Clinton apologizing. Sorry about that, I was wrong. And now I'm on national radio doing this.
It's kind of funny though. Like he was playing like PC, like he was saying the right things. He's like, yeah. Then again, I don't know if Pat Hayden being down the field helped our guy make a 53-yard field goal.
Yes.
Finally he broke. He was just like, take that, Stanford. We beat Stanford.
Yeah, but it's just strange in the first place. It looks, like you have to ask your athletic director to fight your battlefields. Seemed like a whole weird thing. That like why I know he didn't personally do it, but why is one of the other officials on the sideline sending a text over to Pat Hayden that they need his help, come quick and help us argue with the officials? Just seemed pretty silly to me.
Wow. Did you tell that to Sark before you booked him?
You know what? I kind of left that out. But now that he came on, we can probably turn it on. Nice job against Stanford.
Bizarre story indeed. You want bizarre? Stay with us because we're handing out the mock headline championship belt, and Paulie may have a leg up on the competition. The same. Welcome back to the Box Score. As we do every Monday, we have our mock headline championship battle royale, but Paulie was actually getting in some practice over the weekend, tweeting out this tidbit after Novak Djokovic was ousted from the U.S. Open. You got to be joking. Novak bounced from the Open. Fritzy, is this just total weak sauce?
Whoa.
At least you're working out that stuff on the Twitter, because that wouldn't fly.
That's not a great headline. That was very light.
Did you hack his Twitter account?
You know what? It looks like there might have been some shenanigans going on there. But I thought that was pretty good. Paulie was bringing it over the weekend and dropping some mock headlines, which I appreciate.
I was bringing something.
Yes, it's been brought. And well, there's only one way to figure out who wins today's crown. Let's dip our hands in some glass and lay the smacketh down in today's
Mock Headline Battle Royale.
I give you a headline, you give me a mock headline. First headline, let's see if Paulie can do it again. Haute cuisine! Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer both ousted at the U.S. Open men's semifinal. Paulie, start us off.
I was going to go the joke job, but that's kind of weak. How about Novak to the drawing board? Novak to the drawing board.
Fritzy, what do you have?
Courtesy.
Courtesy laugh.
I had no Djokovic open closed to top seeds.
I just use that.
Open closed.
Seton, what is your headline?
Grand Sham. Talk about overrated.
Sham.
McLovin, what do you have?
Well,
another tough day for American tennis. Oh wait, Americans have been done for a week. No wonder nobody cares.
A little wordy, but well done.
Strong out of the gate. Next headline, Oregon rallies from halftime deficit to beat Michigan State. Fritzy, what do you got?
I've got Ducky Ducky 20 Bucky Eugene Spartan Wood.
Eugene Spartan Wood.
Goose.
Oh my.
Seton, gather yourself and give us your headline, please.
Did you just hear his headline? It's like it's all dawning on me now. Oh my gosh. Mine's a callback from last week. Shartans. Michigan State craps bed against Oregon.
Oh boy.
Shartans.
There we go. Thank
a lot of silence there.
McLovin.
Can I just say, by definition, that word involves pants, I believe. I believe, but maybe not. I guess you could do it anyway. Comeback, more like quackback.
Quackback.
Wow, that's terrible. That's a really bad headline.
Paulie, can you top that?
Probably not. Dude, show some Spart. Michigan State loses to Oregon big time. Spart?
Spart.
This might be the first week that no belt is won.
We should get belted.
Yeah.
Ducky Ducky 20 Bucky is pretty good.
Actually, yeah, that's true. That's a winner.
Our third and final headline, Peyton Manning throws 3 first-half TDs as Broncos beat Colts. Seton, start us off.
This is a shout out to all my people in Indianapolis. Probably the best steakhouse / shrimp I've ever had, not to give it away. St. Hell Knows. Peyton's cocktail sauce torches the Colts.
Nice.
St. Elmo's.
St. Elmo's. St. Elmo's is a famous restaurant there.
St. Elmo's Fire, famous movie. McLovin, your headline, please.
Think you can stop Peyton? You must be a mile high.
Oh, what? Turning right here.
Paulie, your headline, please.
I couldn't come up with it, so I thought I'd just make fun of Fritzy. He could have used a few of those last February, huh?
Oh!
Not necessary. It's totally not necessary.
Oh,
Accurate, but not necessary.
You must be the joke.
I think we still would have lost, though.
Fritzy, your headline. Close us out.
Got rocky late, but aren't you glad enough horsepower early?
Wow. Definitely the worst group of headlines we've ever had. Collectively.
The mock headline championship belt goes to Todd Fritz.
No one.
Really?
Duck, 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 duck,
Ducky, Ducky, 20.
You're just sort of the best loser in this one, Todd.
The best of the worst.
Yeah.
Eugene Spartan.
Matches your outfit.
It does.
I don't think that was the kind.
Still to come, we had a bonus round of the Danette Football Night in America Challenge. We'll tell you who won.
Hey everybody, I'm Kay Adams, host of DirecTV's Fantasy Zone. Check us out every Sunday on channel 704. But for now, let's get you back to the guys in the box score.
Welcome back to the Box Score. It's last call here at the Box Score Bar. Kay Adams, Dhani Jones, John Ritchie, all dropping fantasy knowledge. You can catch them on Sundays on DirecTV's NFL Fantasy Zone, channel 704. Helped out one of our producers, saved his skin this weekend. Okay, we had a bonus round of the Danette Football Night in America Challenge, where we gave everyone a second shot at the color of Dan's tie. To recall, Seaton and Fritzy went with purple, Paulie and I went with green, and I believe McLovin said blue. The correct answer was, we have no idea. It looks like some sort of milk chocolatey brown pattern there. No one guessed either of those.
Definitely brownish.
So the point remains vacant. Paulie, do you wish you wouldn't have given up that half a point on Friday?
No, I'm still standing by that. I'm, shocked. Autumn's here. Dan loves autumnal earth tones, brown. We should have known, but yeah, he said that's a clear brown. Brown would have won a point there.
Okay, so here it is, the leaderboard after week one, and a completely flattering picture of myself. We're back at 0 after Paulie forfeited his half point on Friday, and today we're still at, oh my God, just, Jesus, that's holy before. We're still at 0 because nobody claimed the bonus point. McLovin, are you surprised no one got this right?
Not really. It's amazing. I have a feeling that it'll be easier on the graphics people. I think we're going to stay at 0 for a while. Somebody will get lucky around week 4, and that might be the clinching win.
I say it's a walk-off if he goes with a piano tie and you guess that. Some other folks out there in Dan Nation tried to guess what the pattern was, and they were stumped as well. However, some clever guesses were made. Jeremy Sorensen guessed Dangerine.
Dangerine.
Nice.
Kevin Hamlin said it was doo-doo brown. And another excrement-related guess. Wade Anderson guessed salmon poop. Fritzy, which do you think was the closest?
I'm going to have to go doo-doo brown, unfortunately. That's of those choices, I think the middle one is the one that most reflects what Dan was wearing.
Appeals to you most.
This is your wheelhouse.
There it is.
Okay, Fritzy, who is on tomorrow?
Matty Ice, Matt Ryan will join us, quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, and the coach of the opposing team in that game. Just turns out Sean Payton, head coach of the New Orleans Saints, will be part of things on the Tuesday show as well.
Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you for watching the Box Score. Set your DVR or tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, only on Audience Channel 239 right here on DirecTV. Cheers, my friends.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long and appropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the Box Score. Holy cow!